This is CAD JPY. You can see Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, and it's the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I'll be using the 4-hour time frame. And you can clearly see the date here. It's November 2024, 8th November 2024, and that's where I'll be starting to mark market structure. But before I do start that, I believe you know this pattern, and because I showcased it on the last 2 episodes or sessions that we have. So when you see a pattern, and this is a bullish scenario where price is forming a series of valid pullbacks, and then price reverses and takes out at least one of that low, then breaks past this, then that's a valid break of structure. I mean, price is forming valid pullbacks, as you can see, and I said on the low of these valid pullbacks there is some liquidity resting below there. So you can see price literally reversing, and then after that breaking past this. So when you see such a scenario, you see this nearest buy side liquidity is the one that we're interested at, and price, as you can see, it retraced and took it out exactly right here. And once that happens, it doesn't matter how much further price extends to taking further sell side liquidity. We only need a takeout of the initial one, and once price has done that, this one here is confirmed to be a valid swing point, and so we'll only be waiting for price to reverse and break past this one to confirm a valid break of structure. And you can clearly see on this simple diagram representation, that's what I'm actually showcasing. So this first sell side liquidity, just like I showcased yesterday, it is called the inducement. So now you will know if it's a major inducement or minor inducement. I also showcased that, I believe, on yesterday's, not yesterday's, I think yesterday but one. I showcased this. So if break of structure was right here, this means this is a minor inducement. And let's say the break of structure now was right here, so this means this pullback is formed after the break of structure, so this one here will be a major inducement. I said both the minor and the major inducement, once they are taken out, this one here is confirmed to be a swing point, because an inducement is an inducement. And yeah, so with this small thing, this is just a recap of yesterday's class, and I believe that right, let me get rid of this. And I believe that you guys have been practicing, because I believe I want like to just see that you guys are practicing after the class is over. Yeah, just going back and checking the market and all of that, and see if you can spot the same scenarios just like I showcased on the class and all of that. So let's have a quick recap of this diagram. It's actually the same diagram that I showcased on that video that I posted recently, and I said that a swing point is only confirmed after price has taken out an inducement. It doesn't matter if the inducement is a major inducement or a minor inducement. As long as price has taken out an inducement, this one is confirmed to be a swing point. And you can clearly see price has taken out the inducement, and so right now I'll be waiting for price to reverse back and break past that to confirm a break of structure. Then after that, obviously we will be in a new trading range, and the process continues. Identify the recently formed valid pullback. Then since this is bullish, of course the liquidity resting below that low is the one that we are looking forward for price to take out. And so you can clearly see this valid pullback right here, and at the low of this valid pullback, that sell side liquidity, because this is the recent valid pullback, so this sell side liquidity is what we call the inducement. In this case, it's a major inducement because it occurred after the break of structure. Alright, so you can clearly see price retraced, took out the major inducement, and once that happens, I said this one is confirmed to be a swing point. And after that, as long as this low is protected, then price reverses and breaks past this high, then that's a valid break of structure to the upside. So this then means we are currently in a new trading range, and the process continues. Identify the recently formed valid pullback. You can clearly see it's this one here, and this pullback is formed before the break of structure. So this means this low, the liquidity resting below that low, that's a minor inducement. So as you can clearly see here, that's a minor inducement because it was formed before the break of structure. This is what I showcased on the previous video. I mean not video, I mean session that we had. So I believe that you went there and rewatched, practiced, and all of that. So when I say minor and major inducement, you know clearly what I'm saying. Yeah. So you can clearly see price retraced, took out the minor inducement, and also I remember saying this, that both the minor inducement and the major inducement confirm a swing point. And so if price reverses, as long as because inducement is divided into two, the major inducement and the minor inducement, both of them they're inducement, and a swing point is only confirmed after an inducement is taken. It doesn't matter if it's a major inducement or a minor inducement. Alright, so price, you can see here, it took out the minor inducement, but this low is protected and then reversed and broke the structure to the upside. So that's a valid break of structure. Similar here, this is a minor inducement, price retraced, took out the minor inducement, and you can clearly see the low of the trading range is protected, price reversed, broke past our confirmed swing point. That's a valid break of structure. So both a minor inducement and a major inducement confirm our swing point as well as confirms a break of structure. Right, again here, this means that we are currently in a new trading range, and we can clearly see that the new trading range has a minor inducement instead of a major inducement. Alright, it has both the minor and major inducement. So this is what I'm actually, you can clearly see the recently formed valid pullback is this one, and the liquidity resting below here, that's what we call a minor inducement. So this here is the most important thing that I want to say. When you see a minor inducement in a trading range, just know that the low of that trading range is the one that is the major inducement. Or just know that the external liquidity is the one that is the major inducement. So you can clearly see this here is a minor inducement. Why minor? Because it was formed before the break of structure. So this trading range low is what we call the major inducement. So the external liquidity becomes the major inducement, and this is the reverse, like not the reverse, but actually the opposite of the bearish scenario. So in a bearish scenario, the same as it's actually that in a bearish scenario this here will be a high, but the same thing. It's actually the same thing because in a bearish scenario now it will be something like right. So price took out that high, then created this low, then did that, and then after that price reverses back, takes out that, and then you can clearly see now in this scenario, this one here, price took out the inducement, made a valid break of structure right here, because this one here, after the inducement is taken out, this one is a confirmed low. So this one here is our minor inducement. So this high is what now will be considered as the major inducement. So this means now if price where it is decides to reverse back and sweeps that major inducement, then now reverses and breaks past this structure, this one here will not be considered to be a valid break of structure but just an inducement sweep. And so this means we'll be still in a continued bearish trend. So I will not expect someone here to mark change of character and then again here change of character. This here is just a liquidity sweep. In that case, the external liquidity sweep, and of which the external liquidity in this case is the major inducement. So price has swept the major inducement. Then after that, you can clearly see price continued with its prevailing trend. So in this case, this one here is not a change of character. Not unless price here breaks with a candle closure and with a displacement. So by that I mean like candle closure like that with a displacement, some distance like this, then now that will be considered to be a change of character, because this one here, even though is the major inducement, it's also the trading range high. So this means a break past that with a displacement or a candle closure past that with a displacement is a confirmed change of character. I believe I'm making sense. Alright, so that is, and you can clearly see here, just like I showcased, I tried my best to showcase this as a sweep. So right here, this is the major inducement. So this means then that price may not be sufficient with the minor inducement and may decide to go for further liquidity, and that is the major inducement. So this means that this can happen, that price may not only take the minor inducement, mitigate the POI and reverse, but sometimes it may decide to take out the minor inducement, fail that POI and go all the way towards the external liquidity or the major inducement, then give that ultimate reversal. You can clearly see I just drew a wick down representing that price just wicked below our major inducement, showcasing that it grabbed the liquidity and then it reversed abruptly, showcasing that this was just a liquidity sweep or a liquidity grab, and then price reversing. Of course, this one here was a confirmed swing point after price has made this minor inducement, or after price has taken out the minor inducement. So that's a confirmed swing point, and you can see price reversed. Then after that, after the price reversed and it went like past the swing point, confirming a break of structure, and yeah, the process now continues, of course identifying, oh my bad, this one is not a minor inducement, it should be a major inducement. The reason as to why it should be a major inducement because this pullback, this pullback was formed after the break of structure. So this means this sell side liquidity is a major inducement, not a minor inducement. That was a typing error, my bad. Alright, so back again into the real chart. That was just a freshen up. So yeah, let me delete all of this. I think the chart might be going down, so it may need some. Right, so good. Right here, back here, you can clearly see, I believe I've showcased the scenario. So our previous break was, where was our previous break? Our previous break was right here. That's where our previous break was. But I love using this pen so that it doesn't matter how straight I am. So you can see that was the break, and then here you can see another break by a week. Then price, you can see this here is actually the valid pullback. So this here was the recent valid pullback. Then price, you can see, reversed, took out that sell side liquidity. I said it doesn't matter how far the price go down, as long as the recent one is taken out, then this one here is a confirmed swing point. And so if price reverses and breaks past this one, then that's a valid break of structure, and we can clearly see price did that. So this one here is our swing point, and this one here is our bullish break of structure. So right here we can clearly see that this one here is also a valid pullback and to the upside. So this means that the sell side liquidity resting below that pullback is what we call the major inducement. Why major inducement? Because the pullback was formed after the break of structure. So you can clearly see right here that this here was the low, this here is the break of structure, and price created this pullback after the break of structure, and this pullback is valid. So this means that sell side liquidity here is what we call the major inducement, and you can clearly see price reversed, took out this major inducement, confirmed this one here to be a high, and so our trading range high is that one, and our trading range low is this one. So right now, as long as this low is protected and price reverses and breaks past this trading range high, then this one here will be a confirmed valid break of structure to the upside, or a bullish break of structure. Alright, so let me run price and see what price does. Right, you can see price is going up, and you can clearly see after price has mitigated that POI, that is price took out the major inducement, mitigated that POI, it's now reversing, and I'm anticipating it will break past that. We'll cover more about the POI so that you know where exactly price will be reversing from, but for now I'm only focusing on marking market structure. So let me trash that POI. Right, so, and you can clearly see price made it out to the external liquidity right here with this wick. Right, so after that, that's an early sign of a break of structure. So yeah, you can see that's our low. So that's a confirmed low, and right now this is not a valid break of, a valid pullback. So let me continue running price. So exactly right here, this here is the recent formed valid pullback. You can clearly see that's the recently formed valid pullback. Yeah, I believe by now each and every one of you can identify a valid pullback by their own eyes, by their own naked eyes, without marking the lines, so that you may know, like, is this low breaked, like did price broke past this low or not, like the previous candle low? No, just practice such a way that you can just identify it with your naked eyes. You can just see it with ease. So I can clearly see that this here is the recently formed valid pullback, and of course the liquidity that is resting below here, that's what we call the inducement. I showcased this on the previous session, so I believe you are actually with me. Right, so right now that's the inducement, and right now I'm continuing to to run price. All right, so price created another one exactly here. This is a valid pullback, so I'll be shifting to the next because the inducement, it's actually the recent one. All right, so exactly there price has taken it out, so this means that I can confirm this one here to be a valid swing point, and of course this one here to be a high. So right now I'll be anticipating that price will reverse after mitigating some kind of POI here, a point of interest where it will get its reversing momentum from, and then after that now price will continue upside, breaking past that structure. So right now I don't want to get you like with this POI thing. Let me just stick with the context of today. And right now, right, so price did this. You can clearly see price. Right, so right here we can clearly see that price. All right, I think price slipped. So I was anticipating that price would actually take this, just mitigate some kind of POI here and reverse back, breaking past this structure. But now price went all the way towards the change of character, towards the external liquidity. So in this case, this here will be a confirmed swing point, a confirmed change of character. All right, this is the problem with traders cursor. You can see it updated this. So this here will be now the majorly. You see after immediately, like after I clicked rewind, you can see the whatever changed, the structure of these candles changed. So this one here will be now the correct inducement, and this inducement is of course a major inducement. So price took it out, and I was anticipating that price will just reverse after mitigating a POI inside this trading range, but you can clearly see price went all the way towards the external liquidity and broke past that. So this one here is what we call a change of character. So this means now we have changed bias from being bullish to now being bearish. That's something that you need to know, that once we get a break past the previous trading range low and we are going like bullish, then that will be a change of character, and we are currently now in a downtrend. So this means now this here will be the impulsive move, and it is the one that we will be looking the pullbacks from. Right, so let me continue running price. Right, exactly right here I can clearly see that there is no any valid pullback that I can consider it. Maybe this one here, but it's nearly at the top, like this one here, but it's like nearly the top of the trading range high. But anyway, I should mark it. That's the minor inducement. Why the minor? Because it was created before the change of character. So not until now price creates this inducement, so that creates a valid pullback here, so that I can take this one as the major inducement, then this one here will still be the minor inducement. So let's see what price does. Right, price is heading up, and you can clearly see that. All right, price did that. Is this one here a break? Right, I need to see if this here is indeed a break. If this here is a break, this means that this pullback is, yeah, exactly right here. We can clearly see that this here is a break. So this means that this here is a valid pullback. Right, so that's a valid pullback exactly right here. Right, let me use the pen that I was actually using. All right, so exactly right there, that's the major inducement, and I will need a closure past this, because now this is a confirmed swing point, because price has broke past there or has taken out the major inducement. All right, so let me continue running price. And exactly right there, you can see price swept that liquidity. And once you see this, once price has done that, and this is a major inducement, I usually say that this here is an early sign of major, that's an early sign of a change of character, and I will take that as a change of character. Alright, if taking that as a change of character, in this trading range there is no any inducement, and this low now stands out to be our major inducement. So I will need a sweep past that, then going all the way back here to confirm this breakout structure. Because the only way that I can confirm this one here to be a swing point is if price reverses all the way, taking out the low of our trading range. Alright, so let me continue running price and see what price does. Alright, price is doing this thing. Alright, you can clearly see now, instead of actually price sweeping this low, price ended up breaking past this, because this one here was not only our major inducement, but at the same time it was our trading range low. So this means that I was anticipating a sweep past this, so that we can confirm this one here to be like a breakout structure and continue the prevailing trend. But you can clearly see price broke past that. So this means now we have shifted bias to bearish again, because this here was a change of character. This one here was a change of character, as well as this one here is a change of character. Alright, so let me continue. Alright, right here, without even me doing anything, first I need to make sure that I have identified the recent pullback. That one, this one here is our trading range high, and right, that's the pullback. This one here is not a valid pullback. So the minor inducement, it is actually, yeah, this one here, this high. So that's the minor inducement. So not until that minor inducement is taken out, I cannot confirm a. Alright, this one here is a valid pullback. So this means now there is no any. So this means that our trading range has got a major inducement. So this is just some random buy side liquidity. Alright, so let me see if price takes out our major inducement. Alright, price created another one here. You can see this is a valid pullback. I hope you can see that. That's a valid pullback, and price has taken out that. So this means that this one here is a confirmed low. And right now, if price reverses and breaks past this, then that's a valid breakout structure to the downside, or that's a bearish breakout structure. Alright, so let me continue running price. So probably now price is heading for more liquidity. Alright, price took out the minor, and you can clearly see it just reversed. In this case, this is a confirmed swing point. Why a confirmed swing point? Because the major inducement is taken out. I said once the inducement is taken out, that's a confirmed swing point. And so if price reverses past that swing point, it doesn't matter the length of that retracement, that is a confirmed break of structure. So right here, it doesn't matter the length of this retracement, as long as this is a break. As long as price took out the major inducement, this is a confirmed swing point. It doesn't matter how price, it doesn't matter the length of this retracement, as long as price reverses and breaks past that, that's a valid break of structure. Another thing to note, these retracing candles need to be three. They need to be closing above each other, because if this is a bullish retracement, we need some closures. So you can see this here was the last closure, then price closed. So this is the first close. So price closed here. So that's the first, second, third, and then fourth. So you can see I have got like at least 3 closures. So in that case, this here is a healthy retracement, and also the major inducement is taken out. So this one here is a swing point, and this one here is a confirmed that's a confirmed breakout structure to the downside. So this means that's our trading range, and I don't want to see a break past, and I don't want to see a break past this, because if I see a break past that now, that will be a change of character. Right, so continuing with the structure, right here I can clearly see this here is now our inducement. So let me continue running price, and price took that out, but the retracing candle, as you can see, there is none. I think it was just a week that retraced, so I'll be going onto this week that took out that whatever. So that now will be the major inducement. Why major? The pullback was formed after the break of structure. Right, so right here I can see price is retracing. Did price took out this pullback? No, it didn't. So this means that I will be shifting to this new one, exactly right here. Right, so let me see what price does. Price created another one, so I'll be shifting to the next one. That was like the newly formed one. Until price takes out an inducement, I cannot confirm a swing point. Right, let's continue running price. And exactly right there, our swing point is confirmed. So I can now confirm my swing point exactly right here. And yeah, this here is the high, and this high needs to be protected. This one here is our trading range low. Right now I'm anticipating a mitigation of a POI or price going further for buy side liquidity, and then after that reversing back, breaking past our swing point. Right, so as you can see, price took out that buy side liquidity and it's actually tracing down. So let's see if price eventually, anyways, all right, you can see price after that eventually is heading down. I'm anticipating a break. Price didn't broke past that, or it did, I don't know. Let's see right here. So let me delete this so that you can see the bigger picture. Was that a break? Yep, that was a break. Exactly right here. If I use a line, you can clearly see that there was a wick down below here, a wick, this one here. So that was a break. And I said if this here is a major inducement, then this here, even if it's a break by a wick, that's a confirmed break of structure. So this means that this one here, so this means that this one here is our low and this one here is our newly formed high, exactly right here. And so yeah, this is also the inducement. So let's see if price ends up sweeping this before breaking the structure. This here is our low also. So let's see. Alright, so price ended up making that change of character right after taking out this, after sweeping out this low. This is some kind of liquidity of the external liquidity. I mean a liquidity sweep of the external liquidity, and price made that change of character. So this means that we are no longer bearish, but right now we are bullish. So we changed bias to bullish. Right, so right now the process continues. You need to mark the inducement, and right now you can clearly see that the inducement is this one here. So let me continue running price. Right, this one here is not a valid pullback. Right, so price created a valid pullback right now. So this means I will be now shifting to the next, or the newly formed valid pullback, exactly right here. Right, so let's see. Right, price created another one, so I'll be shifting to the newly formed one. Yep, that's correct, that's a newly formed. So let's see again. Price created another one exactly here, and it's already taken out. So this means that I can now confirm this one here to be a high, and this one here is our low. So this low needs to be protected, and this one is our high. So right now price is looking forward for more sell side liquidity, a mitigation, sell side liquidity, filling of fair value gaps, and mitigate at point of interest so that it can make that ultimate reversal. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, as you can see, eventually after price had grabbed enough sell side liquidity, it got that momentum to break through past this break of structure. So right now this one here is our trading range low, exactly right here. You can clearly see price went abruptly with this big displacement. So this means that yeah, right there you can see price broke with a huge displacement right there. So that's a valid break of structure, and right now I need to mark like a the recently formed valid pullback. Right now, this here is the major inducement. There is no any valid pullback on the range. So let's see if price creates a valid pullback. And exactly right there, price created the valid pullback. Did it? Created one. Price has yet created it. So, alright, price is retracing and retracing and retracing. But until price creates this valid pullback, because this is actually the high. I mean this one here. So we need a break past that so that I can see that pullback. If there is no break past that, the pullback is yet. So exactly there, price has created that. So this means that this low is now the valid pullback. I mean, is now the major inducement. And so not until price takes that out, I cannot confirm the inducement. All right, price created another one. So this means now I'll be going to this. Let's see. And price is now retracing. If it creates another one, I'll be shifting to the other one. All right, price took out this one. You can see here a liquidity sweep. So this means that this one here is now a confirmed swing point, exactly right here. And so a break past this one here. Right now, a break past that, that's a confirmed swing point as long as our low right here is protected. All right, so let me continue running price and see what price does. All right, price is continuing. All right, price decided to go for further sell side liquidity. You can see that, and probably it will reverse after mitigating this POI. So let's see. As you can see right there, price has mitigated that POI and it's actually reversing. So let's see if price will make it out to the external liquidity. You can see that our low is still protected. Our trading range low is still protected. Our trading range low is still protected. That's the most important thing. Our trading range low is this one here. That's our trading range low, and this low needs to be protected. If price breaks past that, that's a valid change of character. All right, so let's see what price does. Let me continue running price. Let me make it fast. I hate it when it does this for real. All right, price made up break of structure to the downside. So this means that we are currently now bearish. Yeah, exactly right there. You can see we are currently bearish. Yeah, after this break that happened exactly right there. So once you see that, now that's a valid break of structure to the downside or a change of character. Yeah, and the process actually continues. So you can see that the process of marking market structure is the same in every pair that you do or you decide to choose. Any pair, the market structure mapping is the same. Any time frame. On the video, I used 1 hour time frame. On this, I used 4 hour. Probably someone else will use 15, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Any time frame works. The market structure mapping is similar in any time frame, in any asset class. So this here is the pro way of marking market structure. And I believe combining what I've actually said here plus the context of, or plus what I showcased on that video of True SMC market structure mapping updated, that was the title of that video, you will get a full understanding of market structure and you can apply the same on the real market. So guys, I think I will end the session here and I believe you have learned a lot also in this session. Yeah,